Today it's time for another United States of Analog think piece. Hooray! Yeah, from the limited mind of myself. We're going to discuss the scariest trends in hi-fi. Ooh, so scary. You can run, but you can't hide. So let's get into it. Hi, I'm Bob, and you, my friends, are back in United States of Analog. How you doing out there? I'm doing great. I mean, just look at me. Thanks for asking. Hey, let me know where you're watching from. I'm very interested to know where you live. And I don't mean that in a creepy way at all, though you might want to sleep with one eye open. If you're not already creeped out, do me a favor and like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. I'm dangerously close to 30,000 subs. I never thought I would be here, and now it's getting kind of exponential and fun. So help me out, help a brother out, and hit that button when you get a chance. All right, now, I know you're saying to yourself two things right now. First, you're saying that caricature on your thumbnail doesn't even look like you. To which I say, take that up with chat. The second thing you're saying to yourself is, Bob, this seems like it's a Halloween-themed video, and Halloween is so far away. I might tend to agree with you with it being 100 degrees outside still here in Texas, and guys are still walking around in cut-off nut huggers and wearing hey dudes. You know what? The big box stores and the grocery stores already have Halloween up on the shelves. And I saw Spirit Halloween open up just down the street. And let's not even talk about Starbucks dealing their pumpkin spice fare. So you see, it's time. It's time for a scary video. And today we're going to talk about some of the scariest trends that I see in hi-fi these days. You know, I was originally going to do maybe 5 scary things, but I'm just going to see where this leads. Let's see how many we can get through. Maybe this is part 1 of many scary hi-fi videos. So let's do something easy. These little babies. Cassettes. Let's talk about it. A year ago, you could get a good cassette like the Monkees' Greatest Hits for what, $1, $2? Now that all the youngsters are looking for new ways to play physical media, they're getting handheld cassette players and they're buying up cassettes, and I've seen the prices going up from $2 to $5 to $8, $14. The sky's the limit on good titles. And let's face it, this isn't the best playback medium. It's cool as hell, don't get me wrong, and I still, well, that one doesn't sound, I still love the sound of, well, I like the breaking cases too, but I still like the sound of opening up a cassette case. It's one of my guilty pleasures, one of the great joys in life to do that. Will cassette prices ever come back down to earth? Probably, but I wouldn't look for that anytime in the near future. So if you run into a cache of pretty good cassettes at a good price, snap them up and let's get them up on eBay. And in the same vein, number 2, let's talk about box sets. Expensive box sets. Yeah, I don't know when this trend started with the $200, $300, $400, $500 box sets from your favorite artist. It's so tempting. You mean you want to support, you want to own everything that they do, but the prices are just going higher and higher and higher. And I'm even with this Springsteen box, and I'm a mega fan. I've got all the books, I've got all the records, I wear the same clothes as the boss, but man, this was an expensive purchase, and I've already done a video on it. You can watch that. I don't know how I feel about big box sets. One of the dangers of a big box set is that there can be many albums inside. Your chances of getting one that's warped or scratched, in my case it was the Philadelphia in this box set, which is just a hot mess, poppy and scratchy and all that, you're just increasing the odds that you're going to get some kind of defect when you get something that has a lot of vinyl inside. That's just my opinion. Sure, they're fun. I like all the extras. It looks great on the shelf, though some people will say it takes up too much space on the shelf, and I'm always concerned about paying too much for the actual packaging. I don't really want to pay a premium for the box. That's just me. Anyway, that's another scary trend I see. Another scary trend is your favorite music dropping off your favorite streaming service. Now, this doesn't happen very often, but it does happen. And I see some people online using that as an excuse to buy more physical media. In other words, my favorite record might drop off of the streaming service. Therefore, I should buy as much physical media as possible to protect myself. Well, how are you going to protect yourself when you can't predict what record is going to drop off your streaming service? You would have to buy everything in the universe to be fully protected or insured. My hot tip for you would be to wait for the actual album or record to drop off your streaming service, then go seek it out in the form of a CD, and maybe you'll find a really good deal on it as opposed to just buying everything in sight. I get it. Some of us need that kind of justification to validate our huge purchases, but I say wait. See what happens. Steely Dan's Asia is probably never going to drop off the streaming services. But don't quote me on that. All right, continuing with physical media. Number 4, the scary phenomenon. The scary phenomenon that 50% of the people that buy vinyl don't even own a turntable to play it on. And this is problematic for a lot of us collectors that aren't really interested in flipping records or framing our album covers to put on the wall as some kind of analog spirit catcher or something. This greatly reduces the availability of, variations in collector's items and things like that. Now listen, it's a free market. It's fair game for anyone that wants to go out there and buy anything. I'm just saying it's just kind of a scary proposition that people are buying vinyl and don't have the equipment to play it on. It scares the hell out of me. Put it in the comments below if it scares you. Number 5, I'm calling the ghost of obsolescence. Yeah, formats past. What happened to MQA? What's DSD? Is that going to be around for a while? All the Dolbys and the different playback formats and codecs and all this stuff. It is not unusual to find yourself a year or two after buying a component to find it obsolete overnight as things change. My advice and hot tip to you is buy gear from companies that are good about updating the firmware, the software, updating the equipment so that you can stay ahead of the curve. But not every company does that. My other tip is just not to hold on to these formats and 3 initial things very tightly. Just keep it loose. Just go with the flow, baby, and you're going to be okay. I don't even know what number we're on right now. Is it number 5? We did cassettes. We did tariffs. I know. I don't want to sound like CNN, but the tariffs thing is really causing havoc in a lot of different industries, and not the least of which is hi-fi. Dealers don't know how to price stuff. Manufacturers, distributors don't know how to price stuff. They don't know how much to buy. If they buy too much at too high of a price, and then they have to reduce the prices later because something I don't know anything about the economics of this whole situation, but I know personally, I was in my watch AD the other day, and I know there's some salesmanship here, but he's like, hey, the prices on these watches is going to go up 39%. You better jump on what you want now. Well, that may be true, but you may find yourself on the losing end of that as well. It feels a lot like gambling in the stock market now. I don't envy manufacturers, distributors. I don't envy the consumer. These are hard times in the land of plenty. So, buy carefully, choose carefully. Seeing a lot more of this from artists like Taylor Swift, Coldplay, neither of which I buy much vinyl from. But this reclaimed, recycled vinyl trend that's going on, I guess that makes sense to an audience that doesn't own turntables, but vinyl is not where I want to be in the recycle space. I don't. I haven't heard one, but I assume and I've read that, there's pops and clicks and a noise floor goes up. Recycling makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I have some watches that have some recycled fishnet straps. That makes perfect sense to me. Recycled paper products, bags, whatever. Hell, I'll even wear recycled clothes, but I don't want my vinyl to be made out of some kind of reclaimed fishnet. I think Billie Eilish is in the recycled camp too. Yeah, some of those artists I think are in that category I spoke of earlier, The people that are just buying to buy, buying for the visual thing and putting it up on their wall, they're not really playing that vinyl. So whether it's recycled or UHQR, it really doesn't matter to them. But it matters to me, and I know since you're here in the United States of Analog, it matters to you. Just don't be too scared. Now the next one, I've kind of lost track of the numbers, 6 or 7, wherever we're at. I think it's basically a good thing, but it's a very confusing thing, and I never know if I'm doing it right or if I'm using the right system. And of course, I'm talking about room correction software. Yeah, I think it probably is needed, but no room is perfect, and you're trying to make something that's imperfect a little more perfect. I don't know. I say let the chips fall where they may. Now, a lot of you are going to disagree with me, and you can fight me in the comments, but I don't want to be overly concerned with that. Number one, I don't have the time. Number two, I don't have the patience and the acumen to know if I'm doing it right. The few times I've done it, I've worried that I was holding the microphone in the wrong spot, or that the air conditioning system was making noise while the microphone was calibrating the system. You know, there's so much stuff, and I know it's for a lot of you. It's, at least at this moment, is not for me. It scares me very much. And the last scary trend in hi-fi that I see, and I'm probably a little guilty of this. I had a guy accuse me of this just today on a video I did. A video that got 170,000 views, by the way, that he didn't like. He said I was gatekeeping, talking about turntables. But yeah, you know, hi-fi gatekeeping. We have to keep an open mind when we're watching all these videos, mine included. It's easy to think that you're doing something wrong or buying the wrong thing, or you've got an outdated thing that you need to upgrade. You know, every once in a while you have to stop, take a deep breath, and assess where you're at and what you want, and resist getting caught up in the hype. I know it's part of the fun. It's also part of the danger, but there's a lot of gatekeeping. Oh, that's Class D, therefore it has to be bad. That's digital, it has to be bad. That's analog, that has to be the best sounding thing you can buy. Well, none of those things that I've just said are true, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. So let's stop with the gatekeeping. Well, the gatekeeping will continue. Let's just stop listening to the noise. Hey, I sounded pretty good right there. So that's it. That's part one, I guess, of the scariest trends in hi-fi, right here on the Spirit Halloween of the Internet, United States of Analog. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell and help me get to 30,000 and beyond. Right now, though, if you've got a couple more minutes, I've got another video for you to watch, and it's going to pop up right here. The geniuses at YouTube have already decided this is a good video for you to watch. I suggest you click on it, and I suggest you return right here to United States of Analog. Thanks for watching. Cheers.